AITA for telling my brother's fiancé the truth about why our family doesn't like her? So, I 28F have a younger brother Mike 26M who got engaged to his girlfriend Rachel 25F about 6 months ago. From the outside looking in, Rachel seems like a pretty decent person. She's polite, friendly, and generally gets along with most people. But here's where things get tricky. Our entire family has a really hard time warming up to her, and it's not for the reasons you might think. It's not about her personality, her background, or even any major red flags. It's more about the way she interacts with us as a family, and it's been causing tension ever since she first entered the picture. The trouble started right from the moment Rachel first met our family. My parents have a pretty quirky sense of humor, and we're all into playful teasing. It's just how we've always bonded. We make fun of each other, laugh it off, and it's never been a big deal. But Rachel took everything way too seriously. What was meant to be lighthearted banter seemed to come across as hurtful to her, and she'd get visibly upset over even the most harmless jokes. We all thought that maybe she just needed time to get used to our family's dynamic, and that eventually she'd loosen up and see that we're just joking around. But instead of adjusting, things only seemed to get worse from there. At every family gathering, Rachel somehow found a way to make everything about herself. If someone mentioned their job, she'd immediately jump in with a story about how stressful her work is. If we were reminiscing about funny childhood memories, she'd cut in with stories about how difficult her upbringing was, even though we were just trying to share some laughs. It started to feel like she didn't really listen to anyone else or understand that not every moment needs to be about her experiences. She even tried to change some of our long-standing family holiday traditions because they didn't match her vibe. It felt like she wasn't really making an effort to fit in, but rather expecting everyone else to adapt to her. The breaking point for our family came during Thanksgiving. My mom is an amazing cook, and we all look forward to her meals during the holidays. But Rachel decided she needed to improve one of my mom's dishes by adding her own spices. It wasn't just the act of changing the dish that upset everyone. It was the way she did it. Rachel acted like she was doing everyone a favor, as if my mom's cooking wasn't already good enough. It came across as really disrespectful, and it was clear that no one appreciated her help. After months of these kinds of incidents, Mike eventually came to me, clearly frustrated and confused, asking why our family seemed distant with Rachel. I felt like I had no choice but to be straightforward with him. I explained that while we all tried to welcome her and give her a chance, she's been unintentionally stepping on everyone's toes since the beginning. I pointed out that she doesn't seem to respect our family's dynamic, and her behavior at gatherings has made things uncomfortable for everyone. I thought I was doing the right thing by being honest with him, hoping that maybe it would lead to some kind of resolution. Well, as you can probably guess, Mike ended up telling Rachel everything I said, and she did not take it well. She called me, crying and accusing me of ruining her relationship with our family. She said that she no longer feels welcome and that I've made everything worse. Now, my brother is furious with me, saying that I should have just kept my thoughts to myself. He believes that by being honest, I've caused a huge rift that might be impossible to mend. My parents, on the other hand, are staying neutral. They're not getting involved, but they also don't disagree with what I said. They've seen the same things I have, and they understand where I'm coming from. Now, Rachel is demanding an apology from me, but I'm really torn. On one hand, I feel like I was just trying to be honest with my brother and help him understand why things have been tense between Rachel and the rest of the family. On the other hand, I can see how my honesty has led to a huge fallout, and now I'm questioning whether it was worth it. Did I overstep? Should I have just kept quiet and let things play out on their own? I don't know what the right move is anymore, and I'm struggling to figure out if I'm really in the wrong here. So, AITA for being upfront with my brother about why our family struggles to connect with his fiancé? Should I apologize? Or was I just trying to help?